Today, we have a conversation with Yar, the founder of Cyber Corsairs newsletter. And over the last 9 months, Yar grew his newsletter to over 70,000 subscribers and over $90,000 in revenue, all bootstrapped, profitable, and in an insanely competitive niche, AI productivity. So Yar, that's really impressive. There's like 3,000 different AI newsletters. And I remember we talked, we were talking last year and you knew that. So what made you start the Cyber Corsair newsletter in this insanely competitive niche? Please tell us all.
All right. So my background in marketing and for several years from 2016 to 2019, I actually were involved in newsletter operation for a corporation here in Florida. And but it was like corporate newsletter. So I have some background, but not anything with like media newsletter, public newsletter. So when I heard about all this nice stories, the hustle, morning brew, all this like milk rods, I said, hell, like they showing some numbers and unit economics for these newsletters. And I'm looking at numbers and telling that can't be true. That's too good to be true. Like really, such huge retention, open rates, click-through rates, like LTV. It's crazy. I heard this number like for $1 invested in newsletter, you can make $34 return on investment. Like that's too good to be true. So I decide, okay, I can prove that it's a lie, and maybe I can build a case around it. So I remember, like now, actually, it was a year ago. It was September 15. I wake up, I go to domain provider and bought, and okay, I ask myself, if I will start newsletter, what do I want to write? And yeah, for me, it was obvious, like AI, because it's hot topic. I like it. I use AI every day as marketeer. And about AI. And guess what? Like, how would you call AI newsletter? It's like Cyber Corsairs. That's just obvious name. For sure. Yeah, so that's how I started, and that's why it's AI. And I decide to prove everybody wrong that you can't make money with newsletters, especially with AI. And it's end up, I was wrong. You can actually make money with newsletter, any newsletter, but AI included.
So you had some experience in the newsletter space. You got inspired by all these stories, the hustle, the Milk Road, all these newsletters saying you can make $35 from one subscriber. 34. And you decided to prove it. So what was it like? Was it like an immediate success, or like did you have some hurdles on the way? What was it like the first subscriber? Where did you get, I guess, the first 100 subscribers?
That's a really funny story. So I launched it. I sent my first email September 16, next day after I started. I did my research on what ESP like platform would you want to use. Of course, I choose Beehive because if you launch newsletter, you pretty much will end up with Beehive anyway. There are better ESP for some specific tasks and purposes, but for newsletter business, Beehive the best. Then I launched my newsletter. My first email went to 8 people. It's literally 8 people, my friends, family, 4 of them opened, 2 of them clicked. So I narrowed my friends and family circle to 4 people and 2 like really close. So then I decide, okay, I need to grow. So I literally go to every social media where I have some presence and start talking about it. I went to office and start talking to people in the office. Hey, you should subscribe to this great newsletter. I don't know who ran it, but this dude apparently genius. And I subscribe like literally everybody. If somebody like even little bit interested, I just take their phone and say, hey, here's the subscription button. Oops, I already subscribed you. Okay.
Nice. So that's really nice. So, when you first started, you must have experimented a lot with your content, right? So I'm assuming right now you really know what you're writing about, what your audience wants. So how long did it take you to find that content market fit, experimentation, and how did you do it? Maybe you can just kind of tell about your process of how you've done it.
I remember, I don't remember from who, but I heard this story from some writer. If you want to write a book and you will sit down and try to write a book, you probably will fail. So to write a book, you need allow yourself write 1 shitty page a day. Because why 1? Because it's easy. Why shitty? Because you don't have a problem to write a shitty page. You don't have stakes not really high, and you can do it. So that's exactly what I used. Like I'm reading my first several emails. It's fucking miserable. It's like, it's really, really bad. And then I realized, oh, I can ask my readers what do they want. So I created survey and I start sending survey to readers. And plus I ask them at the bottom of email, so you can click and rank our writing. And of course, open rate, we look at open rate, click-through rate, and all this feedback, surveys, polls, open rates, click-through rates, tell us direction where to go. So because of this, every email that we send teach us something. And when you look at data, and I'm really data-driven, I look at data all day long, it tells you a story. Data actually tells you a story, what people like and what works, what not. And you can, if you can understand data and if you can read this story, you can improve. And guess what? Like, I would say our first several emails on rank 1 to 10 was probably around the 0. So, and currently, I assume we somewhere around 7, but we're still not perfect and we have room to improve.
So out of all the things you mentioned, how important the survey was, you'd say?
It's crucial. It's crucial because, like, if you think you know what people want, you're wrong. Like,
What
I
would you
don't have a
say,
clue.
Yar, what would you say, like the survey, I think it would be useful for people to know, um, like how would you frame the question, like the survey question, so the data is not biased necessarily, so you're not like leading them to, getting the answers you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, first of all, we using AI extensively, as I like, obviously, if you're writing about AI, we're using AI. And for me, best way to be partially like objective, I use AI to frame questions because AI actually create stuff like this really, really good. You can tweak it later on, but like first draft, it's perfect. because you have topics. So if, let's say, our topic, AI for productivity, we have different AI models like LLMs, and we can ask, what kind of model do you prefer, like ChatGPT, or let's say, or not even model, but interface maybe, or you use Anthropic Claude, or you use Gemini, or you use Copilot. So we can figure out, if we show an examples, which example should we show, like Gemini example or ChatGPT. Then we can ask, hey, how do you use AI? So is it for business, or for health and wellness, or for like advices, or for research? So you can figure out answers to these questions, like what generative image AI, or like, do you use it for art or for copywriting? So you can make assumptions and then ask AI, give you more answers and group answers. So you will have like options. And we always leave one last question open-ended. So people actually can give us answers which we didn't expect, didn't ask. And we analyze those data too. And because of this, we were able to, we have like thousands responses for these surveys. And we incentivize people to fill survey. We promise them more valuable content if they fill survey. So we get ton of replies. And because we have enough data, statistically significant data, we can make conclusions on what people, how people use AI, how people, what specifically we should give them, and how we frame our copy.
That makes sense. Yeah, thank you. That's really useful. I'm just curious. So how, like I think a lot of people when they start a newsletter, they look at what competitors are doing. How much of that, how much was content wise, how much was, looking at different competitors and or just other AI newsletters and just seeing what they're doing? How useful would you say was that for you?
I believe it's very useful. It's useful for two reasons. First reason, if you want to be good, you must be different. Like, probably when you're in space as competitive as AI, and I heard that there was like last year, there was 3,500 newsletters on Beehive,
Just Beehive,
AI
yeah.
newsletters on Beehive only. So you can imagine there are like thousands AI newsletters. And majority of these newsletters, it's like morning brew about AI. So it's like they copy style of morning brew, they copy format of morning brew, it's content curation, and it's pretty much news. And we analyzed all this and say, hey, if I will read that Google or OpenAI or Microsoft released this new model or did this or did that, how actually my life will change if I will read about it? Probably not at all. Like, so why would I want to write about stuff which I personally don't care? Like, no. And plus, how you can act upon it. So if you read, oh, OpenAI did this and or that, how you can act upon it? Like, can you do something about it? No. So that's not useful. So if everybody create content curation with news, we should do we shouldn't do content curation and we shouldn't do news. What should we do? It should be author content. So we create how I personally use AI and how to make it actionable. So you can read newsletter, you can click, and you can use this information immediately to somehow influence your life. That's why if you want be successful in newsletter business, analyze competitors. And it's not really competitors because we send subscribers to them. They send subscribers to us. We recommend each other. But analyze other newsletters, either to be better than they are.
Yeah.
If you can't be better, be different. My choice.
If there are like two similar newsletters, there's, you know, same content, everybody says, okay, this is the news, AI news. Like, I mean, you know, why would you be subscribed to two? Yeah.
99% AI newsletters, it's news related.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit about news. Like, go read anybody. It's like everybody writing about news. I can go to Twitter. I can go to Google News. I don't need newsletter to tell me what's happened. But how I can use something, make my life easier, better, immediately after reading this newsletter, that's what we use. And second, why we analyze other newsletters, but we're not analyzing newsletter, we're analyzing how they grow and how they use media buying or anything to grow. That's where you can actually borrow a lot.
Right. Yeah, it's good to get inspired. Yeah, for sure. So when it comes to content, right? Content's obviously extremely important because that's what makes people to stay with you, read you. So what would you say would be one piece of advice you'd give to people that are starting newsletter, people that are early in the newsletter journey when it comes to, you know, content, creating content? Yeah.
First, there are story about value stacking. It's for Infobiz, but I like value stacking, and I see value stacking differently. For me, value stacking, you should have like fundamental and pillars of value that you deliver with your content. So first, for me personally, it shouldn't be boring. Like it's sin to write boring emails. You shouldn't do that. Don't do it. Never. Like it should be fun, interesting, engaging. So first, it shouldn't be boring, because many people think that newsletter about information. No, newsletter about entertainment. It's media, and it must be entertaining. And that's why I don't like newsletter with news. I like newsletter with some entertainment. Second, it should be short. Like, don't steal people's life. That's like one asset which you can't make, like time. You can make money. You can make pretty much anything. You can't make time. So make it short, and I call it like brevity. It's valuable by itself. So if it's fun, if it's short, and third, it must be actionable. So if I read it, I enjoy it, it's fun, it's short, so you don't steal my time. But what should I do about it? Like, how I can click the button and do something based on what you just told me. That's why our newsletter have button you can click and use prompts that we just explained you how to use. Immediately start chatting with ChatGPT or Gemini or like with this prompt. So people can actually, because some people just give prompts, but they give screenshots. Good luck. So is it
you have to do a lot of
screenshot?
work. You have to like,
I can't copy it. Even if I can copy it, I need go run another app. And most people use their phones. So I need copy this prompt if it's not screenshot. If it's screenshot, good luck copying this prompt. Then I need open another app, paste it in another app. Like, that's too much hassle. Don't steal people time. Just give them fucking button.
Yeah.
You can do it. It's easy. Give them buttons, they click, and will be chat with your prompt. Nobody using it. It's mind-blowing.
Interesting. Yeah. So you'd say entertainment, obviously, because it's more fun to read something that makes you laugh, and value stacking, right? And then
Yeah, it's been like entertainment, brevity, and actionable. And I would say it's like entertainment, short, actionable, and you must realize that people actually need it. Because when you're talking, like, you have 100,000 subscribers and you talking how to do copywriting, like, do you really believe that you have 100,000 copywriters in your newsletter? Like, you are not. So you're writing for small portion, but there are big, like, everybody want to be like productive, effective, healthier, funnier. Like, try to use some common stuff for everybody. And yeah, you can win if you understand your readers, if you read their replies, and if you analyze demographics and interests and some broader data.
So when it comes to growing your newsletter, it took, obviously over the last nine months, you grew your newsletter towards 70,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive. What were, most effective and ineffective ways to grow your newsletter? What are the things you've tried? And yeah, what you found maybe has brings you better quality subscribers and things like that.
Yeah, so definitely we tried pretty much everything. We still use like 7 different subscriber acquisition channels, and we still have several that we need to conquer. And but I can tell you, answer to the game, it's paid ads. Like, everything else, organic, that's good. Like, you can do co-registration, that's okay. You can do co-promotion, that's fine. But all this, it's peanuts. It's nothing. Like, it just, you will get, I don't know, 100 subs a day at max. We currently making around 500 subs a day, and we expect to get to 1,000 subs a day quite shortly, just with paid ads. So good luck growing organically. Like, again, it's too costly to spend time to grow. I would rather spend money to grow than time.
Yeah.
I can make money back. I can't make time back. So it's just fucking stupid. If you don't use money to grow, you wasting time to grow. You literally spending one resource that you can't make. Good luck.
What would you say when it comes to a specific B2B newsletter that has maybe, let's say, what's this guy was trying to the guy has a newsletter for pilots. There's only 100,000 pilots in the US for like a procurement newsletter. I don't know how many people are in that space, but I could imagine not so many. Like, what would what would be the answer there in your opinion?
Great. It's easier to target these people. It's a really narrow niche. It's easy to target. And plus, you can do some scraping. You can do some retargeting. You can do some lookalike audience. That's like narrow your niche. It's easier to target these people. Like, good luck figuring out who won't use AI to be more productive. How you target these people? Like, That can be a school teacher or CEO. Like,
Yeah.
and anybody can. And half people hate AI, half people like AI, and they don't share do they hate or like. But with people with specific like qualification, it's easy to target them. It's maybe more expensive to target, but it's definitely easier.
Would you
And
like
if you know anything about paid ads, you can target them. And again, but if they're more expensive and you have good product for them or service, you can make more money. So like expensive or cheap make no sense without understanding, hey, how much you will make to after you subscribe them and target them and show them your product, services, or other people products and services.
Mm. So you would still run paid ads, whether it's, you know, Facebook ads or some other channel?
We used Google ads. We are currently using Facebook ads. We tested Twitter and Reddit, and we still toying around with these channels. But you can use anything. It's pretty much any paid ads work. It just what paid ads you will be able to set up properly, because every ad platform have certain rules and certain best practices. And I'm personally quite good at meta ads, less efficient with Google, but we did Google campaign and we acquired subscribers cheaper than $1 from Google. So we know how to do it. It just, again, it's quality of subscribers, how well they open and click. It's also important. And because of this, we sometimes pause campaigns on other platforms. But Meta, definitely the easiest way to target. Why I believe it's easiest way to target? Because Meta quite good for creative targeting, and Meta, because of Facebook getting older, you can easily target a lot of older people, older demographic, and because of this, older people tend to read emails more often than younger generation. Because of this, Meta ads more efficient.
Mhm. So what would you say the channels you've tried, you know, so organic channels are good, but you know, it's spending your time or your team's time to grow, which could be, you could spend more money in that, right? What are some of the maybe ad channels that you tried? So you tried Twitter, Google, like uh, anything that you just never, you wouldn't recommend that you've tried, like you'd say it's not effective, it's not good.
I strongly believe that everything can be effective if you know how to run ads. There are no such thing as an effective channel. There are such thing you don't know how to use it. So like, and like we tested Reddit and we paused campaign because we can't figure out how to use it. I expect to relaunch our campaign and tried it again. But again, it's not that Reddit ads not working. It just we don't know how to use it properly. That's it. And again, if you remove agency from yourself, if you remove ownership and say, hey, Google can't buy subscribers, like Google not efficient, TikTok not efficient, Reddit, whatever. Like, no, you just don't know how to use it properly. Like good media buyer who run Google ads for 10 years will do it easily. Just find one or hire some agency who know how to do it, and that's it.
So you'd recommend meta ads for all the beginners, essentially. because it's like easier to get started. You know, meta ads is creative heavy, right? You mentioned. So how important and how do you make sure you get the right people in your newsletter, like the people you want, the people you can monetize, the people that are gonna stay and read your content? How do you make sure you do that with meta ads?
I believe meta ads for beginners, I will recommend partner with somebody who know how to run meta ads, because we currently have partners who come to us and they spend $7 per subscriber, and we currently running meta ads for them, and they get in $1 per subscriber. So like, yeah, beginners, not really best way to run meta ads, but definitely you must be clear in your copy and in your creative who you are targeting. So if your like, there are great saying, don't try to be smart, try to be clear. And like, this is most important in meta ads. If you try to be creative and smart, nah, try to be clear. Like, hey, your target audience wanna get this specific lead magnet. We have a lot. Just click the button. Like, be as direct as possible, because meta analyze your copy, analyze your image, and target people based on your copy and image. Creative targeting on meta, it's like 2024 rules of the game. Everybody who's toying around with lookalike audiences, with narrow targeting, they pretty much narrow their audience so they can scale, and crank up their CPM so they pay more. And that's why most newbies, they see, oh, I can target CEOs, oh, I can target this and that people, and they crank up CPM to $50, and it doesn't matter even if they have good creative and people actually click it, it's too expensive. We currently, for one campaign, we have $7 CPM, and I saw even cheaper. And with $7 CPM, even if you're creative shit, you will get subscribers for decent price.
What would you say, lead magnet or not lead magnet when running meta ads?
I believe lead magnets works because you must give people incentive, and they need to have curiosity, and need to click, and need to have intent to subscribe. And yes, I agree, lead magnets will lower, you will get more subscribers, but more subscribers will unsubscribe sooner or later, or will open not as often as without lead magnet. So your open rate will be lower, your unsubscribe rate can be higher. But because you will get so much more subscribers, even after you will remove all these unsubscribers and will remove all not active people, you will be winning again. And that's what people don't understand. I often hear, and that's mind-blowing, like, people forget math for some reason. I don't know why. So let's say without lead magnet, you will get 100 subscribers who will open 50% time and will never unsubscribe. Like, they true core fans.
Which is not
so
true.
you have,
yeah, they will.
Let's imagine this,
let's
like,
pretend,
yeah, 100 subscribers, but you will pay probably $2 per subscriber, and you have 100 subscribers, you spend $200, you acquired 100 subscribers, they open rate 50%, and they never unsubscribe. With lead magnet, I will get 300 subscribers who maybe 50 of them will unsubscribe. It's crazy. 50 never. Usually it's I have like 5%, worst case scenario, 5% unsubscribe. Let's say 10%. So from 300, I will lose 30 subscribers. And they will open with 35%. That's my average open rate. Still, I'm in better shape because I will pay less than bucks. And you will pay without lead magnet $2. You will have less subscribers. And guess what? With your less subscribers, good luck sell ads later on. Because advertisers will look at your list, and some advertisers will not talk to you unless you have certain amount of subscribers. Because for them, it just spend time talk to you, cost more than they will win after placing ads in your newsletter. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. We currently running direct ads, so I mean direct contract, not using great platform like Beehive ads and everything. We're running for multi-billion-dollar companies, and they place direct ads to us.
So that's a good segue. How at what, so let's talk about monetization. This multi-billion-dollar company, at how many subscribers did you have when they reach out, or you reach out to them?
I would say before like 10,000 subscribers, nobody really interested in you. Like, okay, you can get ads using Beehive, using some other stuff, but people like small and medium businesses can consider advertising with you if at least on after 10K. Why I would say 10K? Because if you have 10,000 subscribers and your open rate, let's say 40%, which means 4,000 people will open your email. And let's say average CPM $30. So this advertisement actually might cost 4,000. 4,000 multiplied by 30, which is $120.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even if you will be able to sell advertisement for $120. But then let's count. To sell advertisement directly, you need rich people. They need look at your newsletter. You need send them proposal. They look at your proposal, some agreement, some payment, some reporting. So it takes 5 hours of your time, 5 hours of their time to make $150. It's like it's pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And that's why when you're small, nobody really wants to work with you, not because you're bad, because it just like time-wise, it's not reasonable to spend all this time to just to do what exactly. Big subscribers start approaching us, and we get some really good relationships after, I would say, 40,000, when we start getting like more than 10,000, like around 15,000 opens, because they must understand, like, they not interested in your subscribers. They interested how often these subscribers will look at their ads and how often they will click. So it's important, what is your open rate, what is your click-through rate. But I would say 10, 15,000 opens per email. That's already something that people might consider. But and then you will become, then you can start reach them, and then you will become interested to big sponsors, and you can charge not per like CPM, but or even not CPC, cost per click, or CPM, cost per 1,000 views, but you can charge flat fee. Like we currently charging just, hey, for 1 month of advertisement in 4 issues, we can do it for flat fee. And you can give us different creatives. You can change your creatives. We can help you change your creative because we know our readers. And that's the best way, because you can charge $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 per month and just run them ads and then receive great feedbacks.
Nice. So you're doing ads. What are the other ways you're using to monetize your newsletter right now?
We're using co-registration. So Beehive, you have Beehive Boost, Sparkloop, great tool for co-registration. It's not, I don't call it even monetization, because for me, it's more ad spend liquidation. So if we spend $10,000 a month for acquiring subscribers, I won't receive the same month at least $10,000 from these basic monetization strategies like co-registration and some promotions, just to cover my ad spend, so my growth will be fast and free and exponential. But then on back end, I run real advertisement and ups and sell some products or services. And that's, again, most people think that, oh, I will create this newsletter and I will sell ads and will make fortune. Good luck with that. I remember listening Sam Parr sharing his experience with the hustle. So I can butcher this, but he told us that before he sold the hustle to HubSpot, he had 2 writers and 30 salespeople selling ads. Like the hustle had 2 writers and 30 salespeople. So to be profitable with advertisement model, be ready to hire, train, and manage 30 salespeople. And if these salespeople even a little bit good, they will cost you fortune. And that's why advertisement only model not as good as many people might think. So if you run an advertisement only model, that will be challenging.
I'm curious. A lot of people think that also that, I think they have an idea of like, okay, I can do affiliate, I can sell my own products. What are your thoughts on that?
Affiliates, I don't think affiliates really good. I believe affiliates better for like websites where you have huge traffic and it's new traffic all the time. Because you must understand, newsletter, even if you have 100,000 subscribers, it's same 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And if you promote in same, and affiliates, you have several best products that fit your niche, fit your audience. You can't promote new products in every newsletter. So you have 1 or 2 or 5 products and you promote them, but people will see it in a month and then that's it. So I don't think affiliate deals great for newsletters. It's more for websites or YouTube, where you have new audience over and over and over again. Create your own products, definitely the way. If you can create new products, again, if you can create cheap new products every other month, that's a good deal. If you want to create one product and sell it forever, this will not work, again, because it's same audience. I strongly believe, again, even media newsletter, it's distribution channel. So you must realize newsletter, it's shop. It's a shop. It's like your storefront. So you can sell in this shop other people products. That's advertisement, co-registration, affiliates. And you will be like store selling other people products. And you will be making 5, 10, 15%, 20%, 30%. But product manufacturer will get most of the money. And if you create your own products, you will keep everything. So I believe that if you have newsletter, don't start your newsletter if you don't know what you will be selling.
Right.
So try to, or okay, you can start newsletter without knowing what you will be selling. But one of the first questions that you need to ask to your clients, what do you want to buy from me?
Yeah. Nice. Pay me
Yeah.
already for it. Yeah. Cool. Would you say like this whole newsletter industry, these advertisers, because it looks like they're quite big. Would you say it's newsletter ads is more of a mostly it's an more of a, brand awareness play, not more like a direct response type of play when you as an advertiser you run ads in the newsletters?
I can read you. I just received 2 days ago, I sent a report to one of my advertisers, and I can read you word by word what they told me. I just
So
will
let's
not
go.
name them because. So, hello, thank you for the ad. Thank you for the info. For info, ad was successful on our end as well, earning a sub $20 CPL. Here's the next week assets. So these guys definitely know what they're doing and they can measure. And they told me, hey, it was successful. Earning per sub was $20 CPL. So it's as direct as possible.
Nice.
And they don't pay me per lead or per click. They pay me flat fee. And
Yeah, I
these
mean, if they
people measure
renew, that
everything.
means it's working for them, right? If they
Yeah,
continue renewing, yeah.
they renew because it's working for them, and because we spend $10,000 every month on ads, so we have 15,000 new subscribers every month, and
Right.
because of this, like they know these guys grow so fast that it's not always the same people. We can run 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row. We will have almost all new audience.
So yeah, if you'd start a completely new newsletter, what would be, the monetization methods you'd go with, initially?
We actually starting completely new newsletters pretty much every month. First of all, because we have our own expanding empire. Secondly, because we have, funny enough, new clients then come to us and say, hey, I look at your example, we like it, so we want launch new newsletter. We never did anything like this. And there are people who come to us and we literally create name for them, help them create branding, help them like set up Beehive account and do everything from the scratch. So of course they tell us a topic, but we currently launch new newsletters primarily in B2B because B2C newsletters easier to grow, easier to launch, easier to run. But and price per subscriber can be as low as 30 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents.
One said if it's
But
India.
no, no,
Yeah.
no. We don't run to India. When I'm talking about these numbers, it's all US
Oh yes.
only, because uh, funny enough, cheaper subscribers from other countries. I actually did experiment with Indian subscribers. They're really cheap. They don't open emails. It's
Yeah.
just useless and pointless.
It's an interesting
You
phenomena.
literally
Yeah.
wasting money. It's not because I don't like people in India. They're great people. I have Indian friends, but just they don't open emails. So if you, and even in some European countries, Eastern Europe, like, it's cheaper, but they just don't read emails. So yeah, we run US only campaigns. Sometimes we have clients who ask us to run for Canada or UK or Ireland. We currently have clients there, but that's only because they deliver services in these countries. So it's, but regular readers, no. And, but you acquire subscribers cheaper,
So how
but
do
it's
you,
harder to monetize.
right?
So we prefer B2B newsletters where readers actually businesses or business owners, or at least high net worth individuals.
I mean, yeah, in America, it's great because you have access to credit, so everybody just can, go get a credit card and and then they have money to spend. So, but anyhow, so like you starting these new newsletters mostly in B2B. So what are the monetization methods you're using for completely new newsletters to monetize them?
So first, when we launch newsletters for our clients, usually clients have expertise in some topic. So they can be, I don't know, dietitian, or they can be like coach, or they can be some professional who deliver professional services to specific audiences, business audiences, or high net worth individuals audience. And newsletter, we create newsletter as I said, storefront vehicle to deliver message to specific people. So these people will read, will this person will build trust, will build some credibility, and will later sell them some products or services.
Mhm.
Another option, when we have our products or services and we want sell these products or services, we can create newsletter to again the same story. Like newsletter, it's distribution channel. So distribution channel can be properties like a store, or it can be social media, it can be YouTube channel, can be distribution channel, can be Instagram
Podcast.
channel,
Yeah.
podcast, anything. Newsletter, just why it's so good, because you literally own it. You don't own your YouTube channel, you don't own Instagram. They can ban you, they can change delivery, like algorithm. With newsletter, you can send emails and people will receive it if you know how to send, if you don't spam and all this, like if you don't break rules. So we create newsletters for people, individuals, or businesses, or ourselves, to promote their products and services. And this is most effective and efficient way, because if you don't have your own product or service, you selling other people products or services and getting pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
That's not bad as supplementary revenue. That's not bad as ad spend liquidation, but that's bad if you want to make good money.
Right. That makes sense. So what was the hardest part of your journey so far?
Hmm. I don't know. It's quite easy. It's actually easy and enjoying. I learned a lot. I met great people, partners, client, employees. We currently have like 4 employees in our business, and it's awesome. I can't say that there are anything hard in newsletter. That's why I believe it's one of the best businesses that I did in my life. I have quite extensive business experience in different countries and continents, and newsletter one of the best. I don't say it's easiest, but it's definitely great.
Hmm. So what was the what mindset shifts did you need to make to reach this point where you're at right now? Maybe not necessarily with the newsletter, maybe just over the last, I don't know, 5 years.
Um, with newsletter, definitely abundance. So newsletter game, it's not like I like this saying. I think it's Buddha said or somebody, I don't know. Like you can, from one candle you can light 1,000 candles, and light will never like diminishes. And the same with newsletter. So I have AI newsletter and I acquire subscribers. I pay to acquire subscribers. And I promote other newsletters, including AI newsletters, because they're not competitors. People actually can read 2 newsletters. You wouldn't believe it. And and this example, like YouTubers know this. Like you are a YouTuber, you create collaboration with another YouTuber, you have 100,000, they have 100,000 subs. You create collaboration, you both end up with 110,000 subs. Nobody will lose, everybody will win. That's why I like this business so much, because I create not collaborations, but co-registration with other AI newsletters. They grow faster, we grow faster, everybody wins. Like it's literally win-win industry. And I still hear people say, oh, it's audience subscriber delusion or delusion,
Yeah.
illusion. Like,
They're
no,
delusional.
dude, it's you
Yeah.
deluded. Like,
Yeah.
it's your delusion. What kind of delusion?
They just
If your
hate money.
content shit, if your content shit, people will stop read you anyway.
Right.
If your content good, they will keep reading you anyway. Like, what kind of illusion and delusion is that?
I think this guy, Louis from Spark Loop, they did. I mean, they're kind of biased, so are we. But they did a test when uh, when they, uh, when they ran. They tested basically getting subscribers in without having any co-registrations versus having co-registrations. It didn't affect open rates. It didn't affect click-through rates.
It will affect open rate and click-through rate if your content shit.
Right.
Because people will find better content and they will stop reading you. But guess what? It's not because co-registration. That's not cause. That's just
Yeah.
that's just trigger.
And
I
over
think,
time, like they'll still find it because like they see ads, they subscribe to newsletters. So over time, it's so like if you're not doing it, even if your content is shit, you're not doing it. That's like even worse.
yeah,
Yeah.
people will unsubscribe anyway. It just they might unsubscribe 1 week later. But I still believe it's delusional. And often I hear people, oh, I don't want advertisement because, oh, this is bad advertisement. Like, really? Like, dude, this is business. Advertisement is business. You're doing business. What kind of thing you think you are in? Like newsletter, it's business. Advertisement is business. You like go
Not a
to
nonprofit.
Wall Street
Oh,
Journal, go to like any big magazine. They all have newsletters now. They all advertise. They all like premium subscription all over, like everywhere.
hmm,
Guess what? Go to biggest companies in the world. Google, advertising. Apple, advertising.
yeah.
Microsoft, everybody. Amazon. It's like, come on.
Yeah, even like, Amazon, they've gotten really, more heavy on advertisement over the last few years. They just really
Yeah,
ramped
it's
up that
like,
space. Yeah.
and this shift, it's for me, it was easy because I worked a lot in ed tech and I understand all metrics and all this stuff. And for me, it's easy. It's like I understand there are CPM, CPA, like cost per acquisition, cost per thousand views. I understand these parameters, LTV. I pretty much get it. And I immediately see these numbers and I understand how much I can spend, what my cost per acquisition, what my LTV, how I can manage it, and what's good, what's not, how I can improve it. And guess what? Currently, I uh, I recoup my ad spend in pretty much week one. So if I spend $1,000 this week, next week I will receive $1,000 back. So when people asking, "Oh, you bootstrapping," or "Why you don't raise some money?" I don't need money, guys. Like I have two investors. It's Chase and Amex because they have credit cards which give me points on ad spend. So with these two investors, I don't need investment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Where are you? It's a fun question. Where are you gonna spend all your points from Amex and Chase?
Damn, I already have points enough to do, I believe, like 3 around the world trips. And they
Nice.
keep going. Uh, so yes, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, Chase have this Chase Inc. business card, and Amex have Amex Gold business card, and they give you 3 and 4 points per $1 that you spend for digital advertisement. So you can literally get discount.
Yeah, and then you can change. Like if you go to Amex right now, I think they have Hilton thing where it's you spend 1 point to get 2x, 2.6x on Hilton. So that's
I don't know. I still pile in these points, and I don't know. But it's not the main goal. It's just
yeah.
if your
I,
business model set up properly, you can grow for free. You can actually even make money by growing because currently we're growing profitably. So for every dollar that I spend for advertisement, I make $1.50 the same month, which means I don't have any balances on any my credit card. I make everything back with profit the same month, only from like this ad spend liquidation channels. Plus, I make more business on top of it, and
nice.
that's what we actually doing well. I had interesting conversation yesterday with one guy. He's really sharp, like CMO of like $50 million ARR company. And I told him and show some numbers what we're doing. And he said, like, you're something else. Like, like that's crazy. That's should be illegal.
No, yeah.
Because we literally printing money. It's stupidly, it's
That's a good
not
name for the
hard.
podcast. Printing money with newsletters. How Yar is
It
printing
is.
money with newsletters. Yeah.
It is. We literally, for every dollar that I spend for advertisement, I make like plus 50 cents same month. So for
Nice.
me, it's not like people start talking to me and how much should I spend for advertisement? I said, my answer, as
Everything.
much as I
Sell
can.
your house.
Yeah.
Nice. So overall, we talked about all these big newsletters, and there's like a lot of newsletters, I guess, getting started, maybe abandoned every day. Where do you think this whole newsletter industry is moving? Do you think there's a bubble? Yeah, where do you think all things are moving? What's going to be like, I guess, newsletters in 5 years, monetization wise? Which newsletters are going to win? Which are not going to, which are going to die and things like that. Yeah.
So first of all, I believe there are some kind of bubble. But again, what does it mean bubble? Let's say I remember at least this like house market bubble, and there was a dot-com bubble. Okay, Amazon was created before dot-com bubble. Guess what? Amazon's still alive. Like house market bubble, but I still see houses around, which means bubble doesn't kill everybody and everything. It just can drop the price and weak will die.
Mm.
So if you want to survive during bubble, just don't be weak. That's easy and simple. Don't raise money, don't create debts, like be smart.
Yeah.
And guess what? After the bubble, Amazon not only survived, they actually like one of the biggest companies in the world. So if you know that it is bubble, if you know how to be smart, you can first survive. Second, you can actually create big newsletter empire when you survive this bubble. So it's like bubble, it's not bad. It's actually good. It's clean the space. It will kill the weak.
Yeah. More for you.
So
Yeah.
it's actually for smart newsletters who know how to grow, who know how to deliver value, who can actually like, for me, this newsletter business, it's side hustle. Like if my newsletter will make zero, for me, it's nothing. It's fine. I'm profitable now. Maybe there will be bubble and I will not be profitable
I
anymore.
yeah. I guess there's two things. There's like, you know, the newsletters that advertise with ads, there's that bubble, well, just if there's something, something's not great with the economy, advertisers will cut ad spend, which newsletters
Great.
are going to be affected. So you gotta
I
make sure
I
you
will sell more my products and services.
yeah
That's why I said advertisement not the way to make money. Advertisement the way to recoup your ad spend. I will stop my advertisement or I will advertise cheaper. If there will be crisis and CPM will go down, I will just acquire more subscribers cheaper. It's like
yeah
it's stupidly simple. It's like, oh, when there will be crisis, what are you gonna do? I will buy more stocks. So when they go up, I will make more money.
yeah yeah
Like this is the only way to make really good money. Buy during crisis. Like Warren
by
Buffett,
newsletters
like
that can
smart
monetize
dude,
with good audience.
buy when it's blood on the streets. So
Yeah.
when there will be blood on the streets, I will get some cheap newsletters, will integrate it into my empire if
Yeah.
I want to.
Do you think, like, the Beehive, they're talking about CPM ads and stuff like that. How do you see it coming through?
Beehive creating great platform. I personally big fan of pretty much everything what they do. I'm full disclosure, I'm investor, so I put my money when my mouth is. So I invested in Beehive I'm their partner, affiliate, and all good stuff. They just literally recently created big case study about us. If you search for Beehive Cyber Corsairs, you can find this link for this case study. But ad networks, it's good way to get quick ads. But if you want to make real money, you should reach sponsors directly. When you grow to like 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers, you should create some like media presentation and reach sponsors directly.
Mm.
But Beehive, they created great platform for you to make first dollar on month one. That's like incredible. If you on YouTube, good luck making money month one. Like on Instagram, good luck making money at all, like without sponsorships and all this. Like nobody will pay you on month one like Beehive does. So Beehive really great for this. But your goal, that Beehive revenue for us, currently Beehive revenue around like maybe 10, 15% of our total revenue. It's not even like big. But at the beginning, it was 80% of our revenue on month one, on month two, month three. Now it's less. But Beehive great, not because of their monetization per se, but because it's fast and easy to create newsletter, and it's fast and easy to promote newsletter, and you can make some money on with their tools. That's why it's great for beginners, and it's great to get confidence in your craft.
So what would you disagree with what's something that you think a lot of people believe in the industry that you disagree with?
Everything.
Nice.
Yeah. Like
Be
I
contrarian.
have background in trading, and I learned from really great people about trading. If you want to win big, be contrarian and be right. So that's why everything that Guru said, that's common knowledge. And if you base your decision on common knowledge, you already lost. Like, that's it. Because common knowledge means you go into red ocean. You're going to compete. And even I said, newsletters, not competition. It is not, but maybe we not compete for subscribers or even attention, but we compete for sponsors. We compete for sponsorship money. We can compete for angles. I don't know, like. But again, if you want to win in anything, you must be better or you must be different. And better to be better and different. That's why everybody who's winning, they better and they different. That's why if you want to win, if you listen gurus and do what they say, you already lost. Like, that's so simple. Listen what everybody says and do different. And that's the only way to win. Don't listen me. Everything that I said, that's my opinion, that's my way. Don't listen. Create your own stuff. Do your own mistakes, learn from your own mistakes, and iterate. And don't be afraid. Fear is the biggest enemy. Just start writing emails, start doing shit. And that's why gurus, everything that guru said, I'm not guru, but don't listen to me too. Do your stuff. Do your own research.
Yeah, do your own DD. Uh, so when what would be your advice to somebody that's starting their own newsletter? What do you think their mindset should be?
First, so my main shift in mindset that helped me in many things in business and everything, people think, people first they create idea, product, service, newsletter, anything, create idea. Then they take this idea or product or service or newsletter and try to figure out who can we sell this shit. And then they figure out that nobody wants this shit. And then they upset. I don't do this. I do just opposite. I go to the market and talk to people. I remember this guy, Blank, Stephen Blank, I don't remember. He's from Stanford. He teaches like startups and all this stuff. And he said, don't do startup in your office, go to the market, go to your clients and talk to them. And that's newsletter is the perfect way to do exactly that. So my way, I don't know what my readers want. I don't have assumption. I just acquire subscribers by promoting stuff that pretty much everybody promote. And then I ask them, what do you want to read about? What do you interested? What do you want to learn? What do you want? How do you want to use this AI productivity tools? They tell me what they want and I write about it. And the same with startups. Go to your market, talk to them, figure out what problems do they have, how they would like to solve these problems, and help them solve this problem with your product or service. And this mindset and mind shift, don't think that you are smart. Just accept that you are dumb and go to people and ask them. But there are rules. Don't ask people what they want. Yeah, like Ford, if I ask what people want, they want faster horses. No, that's just wrong question. Don't ask, do you want faster horses or whatever? Ask them, what do you want to achieve? If you want be more comfortable transportation, faster transportation, or more convenient transportation, then you can come with idea. I actually recently listened this just smart dude. I'm bad at names, so I don't tell you, but he's from Ogilvy marketing agency. And he's saying, why do you think people hate stand in public transport? And it's like, obvious answer. It's not convenient to stand in public transport. Yeah. And like when it's crowded, so there are no empty seats. But guess what? If you look at half empty train, there will be people who stand in. So this is wrong answer. People hate stand because there are many answers. I will not go to this direction, but like most obvious answer, probably wrong. So be curious, be contrarian. Don't think that you're smart. There are like one of ideas like if you look with eyes of the kid, so kid always curious, always asking questions, always questioning everything, always try to bring some crazy ideas. If you will be like that, you will win sooner or later. If you will be like rigid, listen gurus, think that you know better than your readers, good luck. You probably will do another morning brew for another industry with news about things that people don't care and people can't act upon it. It's not I don't say that Morning Brew bad or something. They did great job, and all respect, but it just how many Morning Brews people need. There are like thousands Morning Brews for crypto, Morning Brews for AI, Morning Brews for dog shit, whatever. It's like, that's it. This train left the station. Build your own train, create your own stuff, be contrarian, be different, be interesting. And I believe this, I don't know, I'm probably mumbling around, but that this mindset actually create great stuff.
Would you say, what would you say about long-term thinking and yeah, about how useful is it in the newsletter space?
Long term, I don't think. First of all, yes, if you have longer perspective, if you don't try to make all money of the world today, that's helpful, because for us, first 6 months we wasn't profitable, and I was okay. Like, actually, every month I spent exactly on I spend on ads exactly amount of money which we made previous months. That was a goal, and I said we will run it until we reach certain point. Then we will start like, I don't even say that we decreased our ad spend. We just can't scale it as fast as our revenue grows. So our revenue grows faster than we can scale up our ad spend reasonably. We can scale up faster, but then our cost per acquisition will go up. So we don't want it. But of course, when people tell me I want be profitable from month one, or I want make certain amount money per profit per month or revenue, that's I think that's limiting belief, because if you achieve it, then your goalpost will move, and you will not be happy again, and you will want more. If you will not achieve it, you will be disappointed, and you probably will fail because of this. So for us, we build stuff that will last long enough to grow into big enough asset, so it will be interesting for big buyers, so we can exit with good multiple. And to be precise, because that's all like abstract, what I mean good buyers and good multiple. For good buyers, I have like benchmark. It's like private equity firms. For good big private equity to be interested in acquiring some asset, it must be at least $5 million EBITDA, which means your gross revenue must be even higher, probably like 10 million. I don't know what your margin, but that's numbers. That's where you start getting good multiples, around $5 million EBITDA.
Yeah, and there's many newsletters. Like, if you look at the list, there's so many newsletters that have sold for like over $10 million.
That's not many, like dozen, 20. That's
I think like 50 or
50. That's
30,
nothing.
50. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. I mean, there's some that's one was like 500 million or something that they sold. What is it?
You must realize
Exos.
that most of these deals actually because of some relationships, because of it's not that, hey, you nobody came from nowhere, created a newsletter about your whatever, like about your dog, and you suddenly become big and sell it to now. Like, look, Thempar was in cahoots with Hustle before with HubSpot before he sold the Hustle. Yeah, so Morning Brew sold to like partners and advertisers and all this good stuff. So it's like it's not nothing from nowhere. You must understand who you going to sell to and start building relationships before you sell. It's not like suddenly from nowhere
Yeah,
buyer will appear.
that
And,
makes sense.
and my approach always starts with end in mind. If you start building newsletter, again, you will not become rich by building newsletter. You might become rich by selling newsletter. Who will buy your newsletter? So if your newsletter about what? About crypto. Okay, who will buy your newsletter?
That makes sense. Yeah. So start, with the end in mind. Uh,
SBF?
huh? With
Who
the
will
end in
buy your
mind, right?
newsletter? SBF?
SBF?
Sam Brickman Fry?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, he can crypto. He has some money stashed, I guess,
Yeah,
somewhere on the
you
island.
must
Yeah.
understand if you building to sell, you must understand who will buy you,
Yeah.
and why they will buy you, and
Cool.
what differentiate you from other. Like if you create 100+ morning brew for AI, they're like, I know at least 100 AI newsletters that literally one time I did this list and I opened each of these newsletters and they write same news about same topics in the same format of morning brew, like 131, which means like enter a hook, 3 bullet points, why it's important.
Yeah.
You can open literally every AI newsletter. There will be the same news. OpenAI just released O1. 1, 2, 3 bullet points, why it's important. Damn, this is brilliant. Like 100+ newsletters doing exactly the same shit.
And it's
And
working
then
for them. I mean, how somehow they keep doing it, so it's,
they keep doing it.
yeah.
It's
If it
working.
wasn't
I
work,
don't
like,
know.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
how good is it working? Maybe they're break even, maybe they're
Are they
losing money.
flying in private jets? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
They
that's
keep
right.
writing it. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it working? I don't know.
Yeah. So, all right, some four more closing questions here. So what's the highest ROI activity you've done in the last 12 months?
Oh, that's a great question. Highest ROI activity, um, probably I learned what for each of my newsletters, I learned what people really want and what I can offer them uh, to solve their problems and to help them. So again, my main idea for me, newsletter, it's like research lab. I have these readers. Then my biggest question: what they want, what problems do they have? When I figure out this answer to this question, it's profitable.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I found a way like to, if you can run ads and you can split test like different pain points or different solutions, and that's also helpful a little bit because you can actually see what people are clicking, subscribing, and things like that.
This is also, but I often run ads, just acquire people, and then I try to figure out what problem do they have, what would they,
Mm,
what product or service will help them to like overcome some obstacles. And when I realize what it is, what problem do they have, what can I offer, let's make anything profitable. That's pretty much like business, any business. If I can realize how to help people around me, I can build business based upon this. It just in newsletter I have 70,000 people, and it's like people who reading me like every week.
mm. That makes sense. So what are your what are your most favorite, I guess, podcasts, books, YouTube channels, like any media that you love?
Books, I would say recently I read Shoe Dog about Phil
Mm,
Knight. It's this is I think it's best biography that I read ever. This is incredible book. Um, um Podcasts, YouTube. I like My First Million because like Sam and Sean, they newsletter guys, and they funny. They not boring.
yeah.
And
So,
um,
are you offering any help to other newsletter operators? How can you help, existing newsletter operators?
yes, yes. What's happened with us that we start building and growing, and then some of my friends and colleagues start asking questions, and I created like small mastermind and kind of like mastermind slash coaching for them.
Mhm.
And then some of them told me, hey, we get it. It's hard. So can you do it for us? And that's how we start offering services, because first friends and other people start approaching, and then people start poking me on like LinkedIn and Twitter, and we did couple calls, and people say, hey, I don't want learn about it, I want you to do it for us. And we have currently, because we have four or five people team, we pretty much have, and all these people like remote and part-time. So we just decided, yeah, we have capacity to help one person and another person and another, and now we have pretty much like small boutique agency for newsletter operators to grow, to monetize, even to create newsletter from the scratch. Actually, after this call, I will be reviewing logos for one of our clients because
Nice.
we need to send her several logos to help her build a profitable newsletter.
Cool.
So
So
yeah.
where can people find you online?
Um, Pretty much Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm quite active there. They can search for Cyber Corsairs. They can search for Captain Yar. If you include in uh, how you call it.
In the
And
description, yeah, we'll
again,
include
yeah,
links, yeah, to your
description.
socials for
But
sure.
even if you subscribe to any of our newsletters, Grow, Monetize, or Cyber Corsairs, if you answer to any email, I will get an answer. So
You can just
you
reply
can,
to Cyber Corsairs
yeah,
newsletter, and
yeah.
they'll get in
I'm
touch with you.
actually reading, because again, that's my philosophy. You need to know what people like and dislike and what they want. That's why I'm reading all replies.
Mm. Yeah.
And that's why actually our sponsors reaching me like this, because we have like really small button on our website with how to advertise with us, and people just writing me email back, hey, we would like place an ad in your newsletter. And that's how we sell our ads.
Cool. All right, Yar, it's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for coming, and yeah, we'll try to do another one. And yeah, for listeners, thank you for listening, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.